There you go. I want 2 chests, one over there, or one down here. And from these, should be able to keep a pretty healthy supply of ammunition in these boxes. If I had a healthy supply of ammunition, which apparently I do not, and that makes me sad. It is true. How are we doing? And let's have a look at the spore production. Lot over there. It is growing down here as well. Now the factory is a little bit more active. We're going to need to consider serious defenses. But increasingly now, we're not actually making use of this. I guess I'll leave some of this there for now. Extra belts. We have no burnables, of course, because good old Ridwan is no longer supplying those. Right then, what we need is a large collection of steel and a decent collection of brick, so that I can start. Did I not pick up steel? Oh, I really did not get much brick, actually. Well, that's a little bit frustrating, but all right. We can use a couple of things around here for fuel, I suppose. What would you recommend we use, chat, to fuel our production area? Wait. I mean... some people, they fuel their furnaces with coal. Others with carbon. Others still with solid fuel. But what is it there to say that we shouldn't fuel our furnaces with rocket fuel? Oh, in there with the Clockwork Orange quote. Belial. My goodness. Yeah, rocket fuel furnaces sound super safe. Super duper safe. That being said, I can, of course, just go up to electric smelters, like a boring so-and-so. I guess I will. Because otherwise people might worry. But yeah, if we just extend this out, I can definitely move this back a bit. Throw down a couple more of these. Yeah, let's go for plastic, I think. Either that, or I have plastic over here. No, I need the Yumiko mash. Yumako mash, rather. Please deliver unto me some eggs. Thank you. I would like some more. Thank you. Now I would like some nutrients, please. Well, that was a lot easier. I'm starting to think that I might need to move this across more and add in an extra nutrient production. Though, honestly, this is already kind of saturating the belt a little bit. No, I think I'll leave it as it is for now. But that is far easier now. Good old Alex. Shame we don't have a heat pipe powered furnace. I was checking for a second to see if that even was a thing, but no. You had me wondering. Yeah, they're gonna these two are gonna consume for a while because of all of the shenanigans going on over there. It is a shame, but right. So for plastic, we want bioflux, and we also want Yumiko mash. Now, for the time being, I think it will be fine for us to just get something on the go rather than needing it to be perfect. But that said, I would like a lot of plastic available to me, so. We're kind of going to want exactly the same setup here. Across there. And happiness is exceedingly great. Actually, let's quickly upgrade these. Now on this side, that seems like the good place for that to head up. But I guess once it gets down here, it just needs to rejoin this. Well, iron won't become steel just because of heat. Just to get that out of the way, chat. It needs more carbon. Right. Now, I can happily have this burrow through. Or in fact, have this burrow up. That is at its limits though, so let's do something like this instead. Now then, we still want to split this off, but I can allow the bioflux to carry on this way. Go. I can have this here. That going straight down there. That actually works for me. God damn. Okay. And then over here, we simply run straight through. Yeah. And finally, we should now have plastic. So that means red circuits, and that also means the ability to set up electric smelters. Now, it's not going to be much production of it right now for certain, but given enough time, we will have a decent amount going on there. I'm also feeling that we should probably be reading these areas to see what the availability of bioflux on this particular line is. There's not much reason not to. Yeah, and this should now be telling me that there is a hell of a lot. So enable this only if... And I'm not going to check the line going up to the smelters. That's actually fine if there's stuff on there. I just want this section. It should still give me a good idea of it. Enable if that's less than 100. And that should be true for all of them. It will become less than 100 fairly quickly. Well, I say that, but it might not. It might take a little while. More and more things are pulling off this belt. Dr. Moriarty says pig iron actually contains more carbon than steel. When you say pig iron, do you mean cast iron? I'm not actually familiar with that term. I've heard it, but I can't say with certainty that I remember what variant of iron that refers to. Oh, damn. These need to only extract plastic. Right, very little Yamako mash is getting down here now. Why? Very little Yamako. Wow, we ran out and it took ages for it to get down here. Okay. So that all kind of ground to a stop. Well, we got a lot of plastic out of that, though. Now I just need some iron, and I can start switching over to proper electric smelters. Right, looks like we are out of... Ooh. What happened? Oh, no. Well, That was annoying. I had them facing the wrong way. Oh well. Not the worst thing in the universe. Making this by hand is going to be, though. So I guess the first one's going to need to be making me bricks. Welcome back, 3Ham. How's it going, buddy? Let's keep that powered. Alright, gonna run some of this up to the smelter stack now. Oh, we finished it. Good. Right, so you're simply gonna be doing the job of making me bricks. Two stacks of bricks should be enough. Also, do I have... I don't. Has Pridwen been back in a little while with modules? I should turn on the T1 module requests. And on that note, let's go and check out Pridwen. Still waiting for fuel at the moment. Slow going getting this fuel, actually. Pridwen is not a fast ship, I guess. I could expand out the base here, add in some more manufacturing areas. I don't think I want to do that, though. I think what we'll probably want to do is next stream actually sit down and design a new ship, a hauler specifically. Pridwen is more of a travel ship than it is a hauler. More jelly nuts on the way in. There we go, all being added and stopped. These gradually filter through, but considering how heavily we are farming right now, I'm happy with how slowly the spores are creeping out. Quite happy with that, actually. I've established a foothold on the community surface Gleba, and now I must sleep. Still in the early stage of jank, piled on jank, that technically works. I am going to have to come over and see at the end of the stream. Chat, remind me at the end of the stream to head over and have a look. Why did we have iron bacteria on this side? Curious. Exceedingly so. By the end of the stream, my build will definitely have broken. Marvelous. We will see. We will bear witness to Bentham's failure. Colossal failure. It will would be grand. Wow, it is. We are having a rough time getting these nutrients out. Goodness. It's working flat out too. I'm thinking we need a fully saturated belt though. I am strongly feeling that. So, to that end, moving this over a bit, enough that it can still cover the egg hatchery. But at this point, we're going to move all of this over as well. Now, this will cause some disruption. And by some, I mean actually quite a lot. Please don't fill my inventory with... Oh. You can have it all. Actually, is it? No, there isn't any point in moving that over. As it happens, that part doesn't need to be shifted across. Oop. Come on! My kingdom for 3 belts! Braxar says, I'm just getting started in Gleba. I've done Vulcanus and Fulgora already. How important is stone? I've scouted very far from spawn, and there's only tiny amounts of stone. It's not very important at all. For the most part, I got through the first stream just gathering rocks. So far, I'm just gathering this tiny bit. Like, you need so little, but there's loads around. Look at all of the stone out there. You just have to explore out a little bit further, that's all. It really is not a difficult one. Right, now. The reason I did that is because I want to do this. There we are. Now we've got a saturated belt. Now I would love some more productivity modules, but how is our power doing right now? Oh, we're so far from any issue with that. It's not even close. Not even close. Oof. Okay, maybe I don't need that much. Alright. Time to start production. Now I need steel. Those two by themselves are producing enormous amounts of bacteria. I'm not too worried. We can probably have quite a few electric smelters rolling down. Yeah, I haven't even touched the new soils. Mangapork says, I shifted to Gleba with only a power suit and 50 bots. Most of my efforts have been setting up production of the most basic gubbins. As long as there is a gubbins grotto, all is forgiven. If I go to Gleba and it lacks a gubbins grotto, my disappointment will be immeasurable. But yeah, it's looking so much cleaner now. So much cleaner. I'm in fact kind of feeling like there's no reason to limit these. I am reading it, but I'm actually going to turn this off. Just unload as much of that as you can. What did I do? Oh, poop. I disconnected it. There we go. I'm out of Yumako. My concern is how long that's going to take to get processed. What was the other things that we wanted to use that for? Oh, jelly and water to make rocket fuel. Spoilage to make sulfur. We're going to kind of need all of them, really. Making the lubricant is going to be a tricky one. It just requires a vast amount of jelly for it. So I'm kind of thinking of setting that up just down here. I don't think we're going to need much lubricant, like at all. I think 2 bioreactors should be enough. So I can just pump that out, because that's going to give me a reason to make more and more and more from this. Have I made them yet? No, not yet. Should probably automate this process. I absolutely should. So I'm going to just create a little bit of something. I really cannot overstate how happy I am to be making so much use of iron chests. I feel truly blessed. Two stacks. I need electric wire and copper. Easily enough. Sorry, copper wire and electric circuits. Since I'm going to need that for both, I may as well hook it up for both. Right there. That is going to need iron and copper wire. This is going to need these and plastic. There we go. That's going to want to be iron and copper in there. My poor biomass plants are struggling now, yeah, a little bit. They are actually struggling to get the Yumiko mesh. I'm going to need to expand this out quite a lot, I think. It needs a lot of it. Oh. I see why that was broken. There we go. That has fixed it. I was certain that I had copied that over, but evidently not. This just needs plastic, so let's drop that in there. This needs iron and copper. Let's drop that in there. And we are now producing red circuits. Not many, but enough. There we go. But yeah, I'm gonna have to make an enormous amount. An absolutely enormous amount. Because if we look at this, so little of it actually gets around the circuit. Okay, now it's getting around there, but it took a while. Oh, part of that is that this can't offload the... oh. It can't get rid of the spoilage. Okay. I'll pop them up there then. Be a little bit easier for them to output from that point. Yeah, I think what we're going to end up doing is having to move this along, making way more bioflux, like way more. I think the thing that helps us before was that we had a lot already, and so that just filtered through the system, but now not quite the same. So as with the regular factory, it's now more of a thing about scale. We just scale up and scale up and scale up. And thanks largely to the amount of sort of the fact that we're now producing eggs, we can scale up fairly easily. Still going to need some more iron, it seems, but it should be fine. Yoink. Let's go and grab that iron. Now I need the nutrients and the electronic circuits. That won't be hard. There we go. And pretty much all of this is coming from this. I could get rid of all the solar panels, I feel. That is huge. Like, genuinely, I feel that the solar panels are completely unnecessary in our build right now. How much? I've still got a decent amount, I think. This is the sum total of my steel supply, though, which is a problem. However, I can bring that along just by adding a little bit of extra in here. I probably should. We're okay, I think, for the moment. How many bricks do we have? 2 stacks, nice. Right, need to collect the advanced circuits, get the smelters up and running. Already got 29. Let's not make that many, eh? Caught it just in time. Right, 5 smelters is going to be great. Let's make that 6, 7, 8. We'll see how quickly we burn through all of this. Because to be honest... Yeah. Yeah, it's the bioflux that we're lacking now. As long as we have bioflux coming up here, then we should be good. The other thing that's on my mind, though, is I don't need to send all of this back. Like, at all. And the reason why I don't need to do that is that I can do this. Because of that, then do this. Keep forgetting where that is. There we are. That is actually kind of annoying. Alright, let's move this along just a little bit then. It just feels like I'm using up an awful lot of available belt when I don't need this part to be a loop. I just need the bioflux down here and for it to loop until it goes off, basically. The nutrients will go off a lot, but the bioflux won't. And that way, I'm just saying, yeah, hey, just take half of those resources. Which is reasonable because, frankly, that's what I need the most of. I need my my metals. So with that done, we can replace these with these much earlier in the chain. However, there is a small caveat to the way that we do this part. Yeah, I'm just going to place it with it. And then I do need them to loop. Because otherwise, there is a decent chance that they will fail to collect. See, the annoying thing here now is that this is on the wrong side. How about, instead of that then... actually, no, this still works. I will have long-handled inserters outputting. And instead, we do something like this, just a little bit further down. Yeah, I'm going to have to just shimmy some things down a tiny, tiny bit. Yeah. This should filter that one side. So nothing ever goes down there. Same on this side, but the opposite. There we are. Why is iron bacteria ending up here every now and then? That is not okay. Not okay at all. Is there any way down here where iron bacteria could get on? Oh, is it possible this? No, it shouldn't be possible for it to get on that side if it's blocked. That shouldn't cause an issue. I really don't know. Most confused. Oh. Shit. Okay. Actually, let's pop down a chest if I've got room for one. And another one. Good luck. I pretty much want to do exactly the same thing again. I mean, I'm going to have that go all the way up, which is kind of annoying. Oh, actually, what I could do instead is have that come back around in here. We'll see. For now, let's just get these off the belts. Here and here. Yeah, we've got iron back. How? What on earth is happening with that? Is one of these letting iron bacteria out? Filtered only use that. Filtered only accept that. I'm so confused. Life finds a way. It really does feel it. Power pole in the middle of your... Oh, my lord. Thank you. Thank you very much for catching that, Bilal. That was unfortunate. Deeply so. Yeah. Oh my lord. That is a lot of spoilage. Thankfully, this can handle the load, but oof. Also, this has to be given priority. I cannot allow that to ever clog. I did not pick up an egg. Good. Okay, fine. Let's just nuke it with a substation. No more problems. Alright, let's drop a decent amount of this in there. There you go. Oh, damn it. I was about to help out, but sadly didn't get there in time. But yeah, I think having these filter back around on this side would be a better way of doing it. I want to see what this can do when it's running full blast. And we are far from having witnessed that. Very far from having witnessed that. And it's already full as is. In fact, if I did have this simply branch around like that. Okay. Can I pick all of this if I can? I'm going to go up to here. We'll bring this back down. Iron bacteria must be spawning before it hits the filter, of course. Why? Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. That actually does make sense. Okay, so spoil priority fresh first. I don't think that's going to help though. Because it's using jelly that is already spoiling. That is not getting... it's not making it all the way there, yeah. So given that, I'm going to need to make a second one here. This is the simplest way of me doing it. Because this effectively is allowing through copper ore and copper bacteria. So I just need to check for both cases. Yeah, it'll only happen if the system needs to restart pretty heavily, yeah. Right. There we go. I've absolutely zero idea whether this will be enough. But I guess we will find out. And eventually these inserters will be gone away as well.
Oh my god, right. There we are. Right. I guess the other thing I could do is have the bacteria come all the way down here and back up, but realistically these should automatically be loading anyway. So if there's a problem there, then there's a bigger problem. And I think the reason why this is having to restart so much is because our production of bioflux is so garbage. So let's see about making some more of these, shall we? I need some nutrients. Yeah. I will say of everything that I've set up so far, I'm the most happy with how well this is doing, with just meaning that I don't have anything nasty sitting on the belt. We've had 0 egg hatching incidents, and I'm very happy with this. I've still gone onto the iron belt. Oh god. Thank you. Yeah, I do in fact have steel going onto the iron belt. You are quite correct. Thanks for catching that. That should become... Oh. Why is that? Oh, it's because that hasn't broken down yet. Well done, chat. You saved me. From me. Very proud. Okay. Let's go get this running a bit better. I guess the other thing I could do is split the nutrient belts and then just have something at the end pulling off any potential spoilage instead of a loop. I mean, because by the end of this, a lot of this is actually running down and just turning into spoilage again. I'm not sure it would really make any difference any other way. I guess I would produce less, so I would consume less. Maybe then. There is something to be said for that. There is definitely something to be said for that. I mean, I could just have a nutrient line running down, branching off. Kind of main bus style, I suppose. At each location, and then by the end it loops at that point. But at the end of each of these, it could check for spoilage, knowing that the spoilage will eventually get to the end. And dump it on a return line. Right now, I guess I'm using splitters rather than inserters to solve the equation. Takes a while for the Yumiko to get down here. Good long while. That should help a bit. We've got no problem with jelly, I don't think. At the moment, though, yeah, that's by and large the biggest part of the problem here. Is I'm using a lot over here. I'm using 4 a second there. 4 a second here. These are producing 6 a second. We should start seeing an improvement. No, in total, we're only producing 1.77 a second across all 3 of these. We're not producing much at all. We're using it enormously for our nutrients. Yeah, no, we need to massively scale that up. Most of it doesn't even get past these. I'm starting to feel that limiting these is not actually useful for me. But we'll see. Let's load everything we can into the system and see how it goes. Though these ones are scarcely getting to unload anything. I'll take care, Bilal. You have a good one, mate. I think I just need to drastically, and I mean intensely increase the amount of bioflux I'm producing. I think it has to be that. So, to that end, I'm going to see how far could I move this. About as far as I can take it. I'm going to need a lot more of these, so let's start making it. It's not that the biofuel to nutrients are having problems taking it out. It's that the there's a problem getting it onto the belts. That's the issue. The belts can't take it away fast enough. Goodness, did we make that much plastic? Apparently we did. We made loads of plastic. Holy crap. Yeah, maybe we limit the stacks this time? Good lord. But yeah, dormant informants, I don't think the green inserters are the problem. I think it's the speed the belts can remove them. Both symptoms of a problem. To be certain. let's get the rest of this done. I need to set up a belt more. Desperately. Realistically, there's actually very little involved in it. I mean, for the belts, it's literally just iron. But for everything else, it's a little bit more involved still. I think a belt mold will probably be the first thing we do. Let's go and drop off this plastic. Let's go and grab some iron. There we are, finally got rid of all the copper. Let's remove the trees. Actually, let's not do that just yet. Until I have the belts to be able to replicate the whole system. Otherwise, I just break it. And that is not something I want to break just now. Let's go grab the iron out of here. Aavak, Circuit Master, how do you calculate percent in this game? Because it doesn't have fractions. The same way you do in real life, I guess? Like, okay, give me your use case, because I'm going to guess that perhaps it's a little bit more nuanced than I'm imagining. Calculating percents is pretty much the same as it normally is. Divide and multiply, basically. I want the priority of trains to go up as it hits more percent of full capacity. Oh, and you're trying to use... Okay, so you need to turn the capacity of the chest into a percentage. So effectively, what you want is to let's say you've got a chest capacity of, I don't know, 10,000. And it's X many 100 units in there. You divide let's use actual numbers. So let's say your chest capacity or your train capacity or whatever it is, let's use a smaller number, 1,000. And the amount you've got in there is 230. 230 divided by 1,000 multiplied by 100. That would give you what percentage of the total storage room is currently full. Is that what you're looking for? Sorry to ask, even if you've you've explained. It's just that's the normal way to do a percentage. But if you want to know the number of boxes and the number of slots, that's a bit of a different thing. But if you're just looking for the raw percentage fullness, yes, but this game doesn't do 0.00. It only integers. Yeah, you'll only get a full thing. Yeah. Okay, so if you let's say you want the simple way of I think I get what your query is now. Multiply both numbers by 100 first. So in our example, you've got 530 over 1,000. Make it 530,000 over. You simply make the numbers bigger so that the decimal places become actual integers, and then you remember to divide it by that at the end as well. You know, you're just multiplying on both sides of the equation, or well, multiplying on one side and then dividing at the other side. Just scale up the numbers so that you're not dealing with decimals anymore, and then remember to scale it back down before you deal with the other side of it. Thank you very much. You're more than welcome. Sorry, it took me a little bit to understand where the problem was with, like, you know, the regular way of finding out a percentage. You did say because it doesn't have integers. I just didn't twig that was the issue there. My bad on that one. Though I will ask, Shabba, do you need it to be a percentage? Do you need the full breadth of 100? Because the issue with the priority system is it's between 0 and 255, which doesn't fit with 100 comfortably anyway. What I did was I simply counted, let's say you're looking for the priority because of trains. When I was dealing with train priority, I simply set the priority because a larger number is a higher priority in this case, not the opposite. One is not the top priority. I simply multiplied the number, but the amount of full trains worth I could store. So an emptier drop-off station had a higher priority because it could fit more trains. It didn't matter that it only went up to like a priority number of 14. That still gave me everything I needed, because if all of my stations are equally empty, they're gonna be the same percentage whether the breadth of the priority system is between numbers 0 to 14 or between 0 to 100. There we go. That is a much larger belt now. And I am very much thinking that we probably don't need to be too aggressive with this. We'll see. Now that I've done that, I can likely squidge these in the other side. Do I have enough? Yes, I do. Yoink. Right there. There we are. So we've now doubled our bioflux production. Just like that. I'm doing it vice versa. I'm giving the fuller supply station a higher price. I do exactly the same thing. So let me go over to Novice and have a look how I wired that up. Let's have a look down here. I actually said, I think I do. Yeah, set priority. So priority is equal to how many full loads are there. So the fuller the place, the more it wants to empty. It's exactly the same thing. Once again, it doesn't matter whether it's 0 to 14 or 0 to 255. Stations of equal fullness will have equal priority. I mean, it only cares about fullness in whole train steps of fullness, but that seems to be good enough for me, if I'm perfectly honest. I've not seen a need to make it have finer fidelity than that. But your use case might be completely different, so I totally understand that if that's the case. Now, yes, we have. Marvelous. Let's go and drop these off. May as well pop them in down here as well. And over here. Definitely down there. Now, will they work over here? Yes, they will. Ah, I'm out. Oh, good lord. That is a very full copper belt. But yeah, bioflux is the real headache for me right now. Oh my lord. Okay, so I am going to say this should not load until it is empty. These should not try and take bioflux off the belt unless there is a reason, because that is disgusting. That all of that was probably just rotting inside them. That will help, I think. This shouldn't reserve too much bioflux anymore. These should now be running pretty solidly. Also going to say that this should probably allow 200 on the belt. Likewise with this, 200. Actually, let's go 150 on these. Oh, that is not the number I wanted. No, 200 seems actually okay. Doesn't seem to be a problem there. There we go. Well, Jelly isn't getting down there very far anymore. We are still trying to kickstart the process over here. And the issue with that, I'm going to say, is that right now, this has got copper on it. So, I am going to add this in on both sides. And the reason for that is so that I can turn that up there, turn this up here. I don't mind it filtering through on one side. That's not an issue for me. But what I would like is to report back that there is neither copper nor bacteria on the belt. Because right now I'm sending stuff up here and I can't even get rid of this right now. Like at all. Oh, maybe I should even read the whole belt if I'm honest. You know what? Sure. If there's iron bacteria or iron on the thing. Don't do this until the system completely runs dry. Oh, I can't do that. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna switch this to copper. And this one to iron. It'll wait until the system is shut down. Oh. Well, that would certainly help, wouldn't it? There we go. Alright. I don't need to be using all of that up. That should be last resort stuff. Are the iron plates on the copper plate belt clogging the system? No. No. That was completely full anyway. Seeing more bioflux getting up here now, which is keeping the system running, which I'm very happy about. We just don't need much more copper. It's as simple as that, really. How are we doing down here? Definitely need more Yamako. Need guns down here, frankly. But that uses far less than this one does. Honestly, this is practically a complete area. It's a perfect farm. This one, garbage by comparison, but still don't really need it to be a massive farm, if I'm honest. Right, so with that, let's go ahead. I think at this point, yeah, we've got the Yamako fruit coming through. I think at this point we can afford to perhaps, perchance, maybe set up a very, very simple little belt mall. This is not going to be anything fancy. I am literally just going to have... I will deliver the components necessary because we don't have a bus. I should look at making one perhaps, maybe down here. Oh, it's just so little room. I think any bus we set up has to be over here realistically. But I could move it down from here, bring it up across. Could more or less just take it straight up, straight across, and then straight down here. Might be the way to go. How's the Yamako mash doing? Still bringing in an enormous amount. That is going to annoy the wrigglers before long, I think. We'll see. We've got a good idea of the area. Like, massive land over there, it feels like. But, I mean, to be fair, this is a decent amount too. Yeah, sure. Darker Soda, I can absolutely swap those around. I don't think it's really going to make much of a difference, if I'm perfectly honest. But sure, I'm happy to move that around if you want to see if it does. Bit of experimentation. What? Who's lost something? Who's that? Hey, Sal, how you doing? We bring pipwitches. I see. Are they fresh or are we talking store-bought? Well, hi, Sal. How are you doing? We are currently on Gleba trying to puzzle out this much more organic production chain over here. Chat, if you aren't already following Sal, then please do click that button at the top right there. Drop them a follow. A fantastic creator. Plays a lot of more cerebral games, such as Oxygen Not Included, Stardust, Dwarf Fortress. I'm talking about cerebral. We are, as I mentioned, slowly working our way around this setup. Oh, that's why these haven't kicked in. We have not got the inserters. My bad. Let's get them made. Actually, can I swipe some of these? No, I cannot. I am very sad. Yeah, once those are done, then we'll increase our production. I was sat here thinking, oh yeah, we've got loads. No, we really don't. We've got a lot of spoilage is what we've got. Gosh darn it. You're playing Stellaris tonight. Oh, fantastic. How's your Empire going? There we go. Let's get that beautiful bioflux up onto the production chain, up onto the belt there. Also produce it from down here. Work our way through the Yomako fruit. But now that we have all of that, the next thing would be Bio-lubricant, I think, and that is just going to require the jelly, just straight up the jelly. Like I said, we only need 2 of those, I think. Simply because, like, how much lubricant do we go through in the regular base? Not much. So if we set up for Bio-lubricant, in fact, we can probably just bring all of this a lot closer together. Either that or I make a single tank, stick it between them. Because all that requires is jelly. I can just take jelly off the end of the line. Clunk. Role-playing a homeowners association. Much fun. I'm visiting the Stellaris devs in a couple of weeks. Oh, nice. I hope you have fun. Yeah, I think I need to push that back a wee bit. There we go. There we are. And we want pipe in there, pipe down here. We're going to want to take nutrients off this belt. We're going to want to empty nutrients out. We're going to want to load in the jelly. We will want power. At this point, realistically, I guess I sort of want to control these and say don't be enabled if lubricant is above a certain amount. Is above, let's say, that I think that can hold 25. Yeah, so let's say it's above 20k lubricant. Sorry, if it's below 20k lubricant, then you can be active. But otherwise, don't load anything into this. It is going to take a lot. It takes 60 jelly to make this work. So we're going to need a whole heap load more of these. A rather distressingly large amount of extra. So I could fit maybe one more. I may have missed a question in this. Let's have a look. Has anyone got a train network to work with a single train station that accepts multiple types of resources? For example, iron and copper. I can't get it to handle not sending an iron load when I'm requesting copper, since they share the same train station name, without having dedicated trains for that station. I cannot solve it with global trains that handle any station with interrupt wizardry. Okay, so I would say if you have a it's gonna be a tricky one because you're going to need a if you've got a single station name, let's say ore drop off for both iron or copper ore, and you want to use a request a signal, like a circuit signal saying I'm requesting copper, go to a copper mine. You could do that, but you'd only ever be able to have that one ore drop off. So that means that that train is still going to be kind of locked into that sort of interrupt. You're not going to be able to have all stations. So you've got an iron and a copper station, and also a coal and a stone station. That would be a difficult one. For example, on Novus, my trains, they have a single interrupt, and that is cargo pickup. It does use a very specific station name, so there's only one thing being dropped off at these stations. But the way that it dispatches is through signals sent by the station. Now, if you didn't have individual stations for dropping things off, but rather a hub station for dropping anything off, then this wouldn't need to be named based on the signal that you're looking for. Only the pickup station would need to be, and you would just simply go to your kind of universal drop-off station. But that is a tricky one. Issue I come with there is I need to signal which train station, and I can't have a dynamic name with wildcards. Yeah, the lack of dynamic naming also was an issue for me. I struggled with that one too. In terms of You could limit which stations were allowing drop-offs to try and do it. So control your station's train limits so that only one station is a viable drop-off, but that basically means every other train is doing nothing. You said, yeah, for simplicity, let's say I got one iron drop-off, one copper drop-off, and one with iron and copper drop-off, and I want all trains to handle all 3 stations. That is a tricky one. Also, what's happening? One turret just ran out of ammo. That is terrifying. That is wild. Why would you have run out of ammo? You should have had plenty. Curious. That is quite concerning. But in terms of your particular problem there, that is genuinely a tricky one. Are we currently heading to... Are we in transit? No. Oh, are the thrusters presently loading right now? That's probably what it is. The thruster oxidizers going into the tank and then going out to the thrusters themselves. Yeah, we're actively producing oxidizer at the moment. I don't believe we're in transit.